Picture this. You are in an important meeting at work. You feel confident. You are prepared. And then someone says the word kernel. And in your head, you think kernel, O-N-E-L. You say it out loud, and the room goes very quiet.
Oh no! The secondhand embarrassment from that moment is just palpable.
Welcome to the Westbrook English channel. We are so glad you are here with us today.
And today, we're going on a deep dive into 5 English words that even advanced learners are pronouncing wrong, and the surprisingly fascinating reasons why.
So here's the thing. You have probably been learning English for a long time. You might even feel quite confident speaking.
And then one of these words sneaks up on you. Because here is the truth. English spelling and English pronunciation, they are not always friends.
Not friends at all. You see, English has borrowed words from French, Latin, German, and all over the world. And sometimes the spelling stayed exactly as it was, but the pronunciation changed completely over hundreds of years.
Which is actually really fascinating, right? This is not about being bad at English. English is genuinely tricky.
And that is exactly what our deep dive mission is today. We are not judging, we are learning together.
All right, word number 1. Are you ready? The word is kernel. C-O-L-O-N-E-L.
How do most learners say it?
Col-o-mel, which makes complete sense. You see those letters and you say them.
But how do native speakers actually say it?
Kernel, like the kernel of popcorn.
But wait, there is no R in that word.
I know. Here is why this happened. This word came into English from French, ker-nel, and through a process called dissimilation. The L sound shifted to an R sound over centuries of natural speech evolution.
Say that again for our listeners.
Dissimilation. It is when speakers naturally change a sound to avoid repeating the same sound twice. So, kernel. Let's say it together. Kernel.
Ker-nel! Now you know, and you will never unknow it. Word number 2. This one gets absolutely everyone. Wednesday.
Wednesday.
Yes, exactly. W-E-D-N-E-S-D-Y. Most learners say W-E-N-E-S-D, pronouncing every letter.
But native speakers actually say
Wednesday. The D is entirely silent.
How? Why would you write a D if you do not say it?
Great question. Wednesday comes from Old English Woldnesdag, meaning Woden's Day, named after the Norse god Woden, and over many centuries that middle part just disappeared in everyday casual speech.
So the spelling is ancient history, but the pronunciation evolved naturally with the people speaking it.
Exactly. Wednesday. Say it with us now. Wednesday.
Wednesday. That genuinely feels strange but so right at the same time. Okay, word number 3. This one is tricky because it is a long word. Comfortable.
Comfortable? No.
That is exactly what most learners say. 4 syllables. Com-fter-ble.
But in natural everyday speech, native speakers actually say it with just 3 syllables. Com-fter-ble.
Com-after-ble. That middle syllable just collapses.
It is called elision when we drop sounds in fast, natural, connected speech. And this is so important because textbooks are fantastic for building your foundation, obviously. But relying solely on textbook English can actually trap you. It is like speaking pure textbook English is like driving a car with no shock absorbers.
Oh, that is incredibly accurate. You hit every single bump in the road.
Com-fter-ble. Try it with us.
Com-fter-ble. That is so much smoother. I love it.
Word number 4, February.
Oh, February.
That R causes so much trouble. The spelling is F-E-B-R-U-A-R-Y. But in natural American English, most native speakers say F-E-b-u-ary, completely dropping the first R.
So, both pronunciations exist?
Yes, February is technically correct. And February is also completely acceptable, and it is actually the most common version in casual everyday speech.
So, if you have been saying February your whole life without knowing,
you were already speaking like a native speaker without even realizing it.
That is actually a really big win. I love that. And our 5th and final word, this one trips up even the most advanced learners. Specifically,
Speh-sif-ick-lee. Oh, One.
Close. The common mistake is adding an extra syllable. Learners often say speh-sif-ick-lee, 5 syllables.
But actually, it is 4 syllables. Speh-sif-ick-lee. The ally ending becomes just lee.
Let's actually role-play this for our listeners. Okay, imagine you are in a professional work presentation.
I want to talk specifically about the report from last Tuesday. Speh-sif-lee.
Hear that? Natural, smooth, confident, no extra syllable.
Your turn. Try it. Speh-sif-ick-lee.
Okay, quick recap. Say these with us.
ker-nel.
Wednesday, Wednesday.
Comfortable, com-fter-ble.
Feb-yoo-ary.
And specifically, speh-sis-iee.
But here is the most important thing we want you to take away from today's deep dive.
You are not making these mistakes because you are a bad English learner. These words are genuinely hard, even for people who have spoken English their whole lives.
We are so proud of you for showing up today, pushing through the challenges of learning a new language and practicing your English with us.
If you found this helpful, and we really hope you did, please leave a comment below with which word surprised you the most. Was it ker-nel?
Because that one gets everyone every single time.
Every time. We would absolutely love to hear from you. And please do not forget to subscribe to the Westbrook English channel so you never miss our next deep dive.
Thanks for joining us on this deep dive, and keep exploring.
We will catch you on the next one. Bye!
Bye!